Friday. We know making money in the market and keeping it is all about timing and selection and gaining perspective over the Mojo high quality growth stock picks. We're looking for strong stocks that are in play, that are resisting pullbacks, exhibiting great chart patterns, that are already making moves higher, showing you how to recognize signs to point to new leading industry groups and stocks moving higher within them. Mojo Swing Trade newsletter is ready to act when market leaders break out, and there's 9 picks in today's newsletter that I've identified. All you have to do is click this button right here, and the newsletter will open up right here as a PDF, and we go through it right here. So you have, I think we can make this even a little bit bigger. There you go. So you have the Swing Trade newsletter right here. The structure is all picks have an emphasis on the small cap style of swing trading. The Mojo Swing Trade newsletter contains high probability swing trade setups. All picks come with detailed charts, entries, exits, and stop prices. The model portfolio has longer term holds labeled on the Google spreadsheet. All other current picks are from previous week's newsletters. The Mojo Swing Trade newsletter comes in PDF format. Every Sunday night, but today's a Friday special edition, is 2 to 5 new swing trade picks. Watch list stocks may be in play during the week. There's an auto alert feature that sends you an email if the stock triggers price or I make a change to the sheet. That's already shown in the instructions. We watch approximately 2 video updates per week on the portfolio, and market updates get sent out. Stops should be followed as the model portfolio spreadsheet. Pick list contains 1 to 5 stocks. Watch list are picks that become buys once it triggers 1 to 5%. Trade plays for the newsletter are an average of 6-day holds, include Heinz trade plays, earnings trade plays, great chart setups, cup and handles, bottom bouncers, and base breakouts, etc. The structure of the Swing Trade newsletter is real easy. You get a 50-cent stock right here, and you're putting in 2 G's. Go $500 worth, $500 worth, and $1,000. You got $1 stock for the swing in the pick, put in $3,000. Go 500 entry 1, 1,000, and 1,500. If you got a $3 stock, put 4,000 into it. A $5 stock, 5,000. A $10 stock, 5,000. And it's the same scaling on each, just with the third being the biggest. Okay? Now, how does Mojo scale in and out of swing trades? All positions are completed within 3 buys as follows. You start off with an entry buy number 1. This is the first and smallest of the 3. The buy is just to test the price to see which direction the stock will move, higher, lower, or stay the same. The stock will do 3 things from buy 1. Number 1, it will go higher. You do buy 1, and then you wait for the first dip after making a new high for the day, and you get your buy 2. The buy 2 should be doubling the amount of shares you did on buy 1. Separate the buys by 1 or 2 price increments on the first dip, depending upon the price of the stock. Both buys are done in the same day. If the stock closes within 10% of the daily high, buy number 3 at the close of the market. All 3 buys are done in the same day if the stock is going higher. Buying lower. And this third one is done right at the close, only if it's 10%. If it's going lower, you do buy number 1 and then have a lot of patience because it's going lower. As the stock goes lower, look to get buy number 2, 1, 2, or more price increments lower, looking for the low of the day for the stock. Both buys are done the same day. The third buy is done the following day when the stock forms a bottom and makes the first green bar up. Buy number 3 scenario stays the same. The stock doesn't do anything. You do buy number 1, and then you have patience as the stock goes lower or higher into the next price increment, and then execute 1 or 2 above. Both buys are done the same day. The third buy is done the following day when the stock makes its first green bar up. It's very simple. It's been working like that for 8 years. The rules: when a stock goes up 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, use your discretion and watch the price action and volume and always sell half the position for a profit. Makes sense. Maximize the trade by raising the mental trailing stop on the other half of the position. Trail the new highs the stock is making, and when it reverses, let it stop you out for a nice profit. Don't sell the second half lower than the first. Don't let a profit turn into a loss, and you can never lose on the trade. Don't wait for my signal to start taking a profit. Mental losses. Mojo monitors stocks with mental stop losses. Mojo does not use physical stops. The market makers can see the stop orders in the order book, and it makes it hard for the stock to go higher with cheap shares being offered below the bid. Stop orders become market orders when hit, so we do not use physical stops as Mojo scales in 2 to 3 times a day. So why are you going to use a stop? We're scaling in. Makes sense. Every pick comes with a mental stop to protect the position from unnecessary losses. Fluctuations of 5 to 10% of the stock are normal and should be monitored closely for price action and volume. A price action of beyond 20% should be sold for a loss if the stock is going down on bad news with volume. Pro Trader Mike will be in contact with you at 10%, letting you know what's happening with the stock in the trade play. Do not wait for my signal to cut your losses at 20%. Market analysis for 2/7. Nothing changed from Sunday 2/2 when the markets corrected just slightly in the last 2 weeks, as 3/4 of the stocks all retraced from 52-week highs and hit 15% trail stops. A few higher, but most are lower. Some core holdings include UVXY, an option strategy of selling puts and covered calls while holding the shares. Really nice holding there. Crone and the other covered calls also proving a successful holding. It's pretty awesome. The subscribers of this newsletter were alerted to Lake, Apt, AEMD, NNVC, Cassava Sciences, and Codex, and others related to the coronavirus days before it hit mainstream media. Back several years ago, Ebola virus scared the world. There were 3 stocks that performed, and history repeats itself as they're doing right now. Nanoviscerides, NNVC, has gone from 350 to 1650, and Codex, Apt, and Lake look to be this week's round of big winners. We know making money in the market and keeping it is about timing and selection. I'm going to show you how to keep it in perspective, and I've got 9 picks. My top 9 is Glue. I only pick Glue because it's covered calls. It's a long-term hold. You see it's going from 25 cents to 43, increase of 317% in 72. It's going to make a move with support right here at $8 on a 90 relative strength and 800% increase. Here's the play on it. It's a Mojo long-term covered call pick. 2/7 Friday, Mojo Swing Trade newsletter in the $8 range. Volumes up 443% to 17 million versus 3.2. Looking for moves higher with support at 8 to fill $10 plus. Just like Crone, we buy here, we wait for a move up to get some big premium in the option, and we look to sell the $9 strike price 1 month out. Float 145 and funds 56. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty movers. Kazar Life Sciences. Increase earnings estimates. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let me go over my circles on this chart at 385 on Kazar, symbol KZR. Many good highlights in this particular newsletter. 385 price, triggering. Hold on right here. So we got a KZR 385. We're triggering at 395 for a Heinz. It's got increased estimates for 2 years. Insider buying. Volumes up 233 to 649 versus 195. Looking for a move higher with support at 384 to fill 444. Float 35.3, funds 28, risking 10 to make $1. Here's the move. Through, it's 385. Looking to go through 444 with support at 385. All this is insider buying. Great increase earnings estimates. We got ourselves a winner right here. The next one is ISORAY, ISR. Right here. So ISORAY is increase earnings estimates this year. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here's what I say about it. 91-cent range with a trigger at 95. Increase earnings this year for 2020 with some insider buying. It's got a 99 RS. Volumes up 675. Looking for a move higher with support at 78 to fill $1.10. Earnings due on 2/11. Funds 67, funds 3, risking 5 to make 50. 10-1 risk reward. Here's the ISORAY. Look, it's 91. Support here at 78. Breaking $1, 99 relative strength, earnings due in 4 days. I already know increased earnings estimates, and they did good last quarter on 1.9 versus 2.3. We're looking really good on ISORAY. iBio. They develop proprietary technology for the production of biologics, including vaccines for the coronavirus and therapeutic proteins. It's got 59.3 million in there, and here's some good stuff about it. In the 36-cent range, we're only playing it one way, which is higher. Volumes up 84% to 26 million versus 14. Looking for a move to 58 and 61, which are the red circles, with support at 32 and 34 and a 59.3 float and 10%. Earnings due on 2/13. Here's the chart. iBio. So you have the stock right here at 36 cents. Look, 34 and 32 is major support with a break here of this gap right here to fill with insider buy at 58, 58 and 61. It does that, it breaks to $1.40. It's 36 cents. 26 million shares. Mojo's on it. Here's the next one. I couldn't wait for Sunday. KMPH Mini Heinz 50. Increase earnings estimates for 2 years, going from a loss of 315 to a loss of 76 to a loss of 7. Incredible on 33 million and 21% owned by funds. Huge insider buying. Huge insider buying. It's got a base here at 27 and a break at 79 and 67 with earnings coming out, and last quarter did 106%. Stock's ready for a rocket ship base breakout. And I think it goes 67, 79 with support at 27. It's a 10-1 risk reward. It's beautiful. Here's another one. Sunesis Pharmaceuticals, SNSS, 103% increase in volume. They develop oncology therapeutics to treat tumors and cancers, man. Increase earnings estimate, 75 cents to a loss of 32. Beautiful. 90 relative strength. Support here at 61, support at 73, ready to break $1.08. 4.6 million trade every day. Beautiful, KMPH. Next one, SYN, Synthetic Biologics. They develop proprietary later stage pharmaceuticals to treat neurological and autoimmune diseases, keeping you safe from corona, baby. Look at this thing's moving right here already. Through 60, high 62. It's at 61 with a protection at 55 with some insider buying on a 16.8 small float and 6% owned by funds, going from a loss of $4 to only losing 95 cents with increased earnings estimates and earnings coming out on 227 in 20 days. This thing's going to $1. Huge SYN. Next one, OGEN. Look at this one, 327% increase in its daily volume at 53 cents to 2.7 million versus 646. They develop antibiotics, dude, for some weight loss products. But look, they're growing beautiful. It's got a base right here. All it's going to do is be like Trill and Adoro, the last two picks that did a base breakout and went up 200%. $1.53 to $1.50 earnings coming out right here. It's already starting a little bit of a move on a little candlestick of volume, up 327%. OGEN playing one way only, and that's higher. One way only, higher. Increase estimates, earnings due, winner, winner, winner. Got another one right here. GHSI at 30 cents. 156% increase in volume to 17 million shares versus 6.7. They develop, manufacture, and sell equipment and supplies for standardization of vision testing. 75 million. Last 2 quarters, real nice. From a 14-cent loss to a 7-cent loss. It's a base breakout right here. 50-cent move, then 95 cents. Stock used to be up here at $4. Beautiful. GHSI. One way only. Small risk. Very high reward. And there it is. Those are the picks for the Mojo Swing Trade newsletter and how you should read the picks and go over them. And that's how it's done. My gift to you, man.